So guys, let's start out here. We're gonna start out. Let's just bend over. We're gonna do a little bit of bend in our knees. All right. We're gonna touch the mat, and I want you guys to hang your head. Hang your head like a bowling ball hanging from a string, and just move your head a little bit back and forth, left and right. And I want you to start to pedal out your legs a little bit as you hang your head. This will stretch out your lower back. And I want you to breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe in and then out with relaxation. I want you to grab both elbows now. And let's take 5 breaths, and I want you to try to lengthen those breaths. So I want you to make your inhale longer and your exhale longer. So what that's going to do, I want you to slow down your breaths. So instead of short breaths, I want you to have long breaths. I don't want you to hold at the top or the bottom. I want you to come right through to in and out. Just relax. 5 ones. Here we go. Marugan.
They call me Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Flacco. Isn't Flacco skinny inside?
Hey, Jerry. I want you to move left and right. Keep pedaling your legs. Let's put your hands back on the mat. Kind of forget about everything you were doing today. You got this time to yourself. Let's come back to our elbows and let's do a circular motion clockwise, nice and slow. Let's do counterclockwise, nice and slow. Let's do forward and backward. Good. Okay, now let's put our feet together and let's come up into a little chair pose here. And up. Stretch the lower back out straight and back. And left leg forward, head back. Arms straight. Just step back and forth. And I want you to try to look towards the back of the room. Back bends are good for depression. Work that pituitary gland. All right, let's come into here. Move left and right. Hey guys, if anyone may be interested, I may be doing an outside class on a hill in Maplewood. I'm thinking of Wednesdays where we do social distancing, but we're doing a jiu-jitsu related workout outside. I got a nice little hill by my house, probably a 45-minute deal. I may come up with the time.
Hello?
How about now? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I think the compute I think the power going down kind of reset everything, and nothing's been hooking up. Now I'm on my and borrow Yuri's phone, and that died in like 2 minutes.
His phone always dies.
I know. I was like, hey, oh yeah, I got no problem. So anyway, so let's just go into what I'm going to teach today, and well, that's charged up. So
Okay, I'm on the laptop.
what's that?
I'm on the laptop now.
Oh, look, yours back on. All right, let me jump back to the mat.
Hey, Daniel. Is that Eduardo? Dude. You look like a younger version of Daniel.
Oh, look at that. You on here?
Yeah.
How'd you get on
I
there?
don't know how to make it. You can just make it big.
Look at this guy, technical coach. All right, guys. So anyway, just a little bit of news is that workout class. If you guys have interest, I'll hit you up on it, but it's a safe way of staying in really good shape. I mean, what I'm missing through this in my yoga piece is just the group accountability. I do yoga in my backyard, but never as long as when I'm in a class, and probably never as like intense. That being said, we're going to work. This is the second week of guard. Last week, does anyone remember what we went over last week?
Daniel?
I think it was like the spider guard. We did that. Like,
Yep.
thing where you like grab the heels and then you like push
That's
it.
right. Spider guard. Yep. So I'm going to be introducing different guards. I'm going to be talking about different concepts for each of those guards, and also overlapping concepts for the entire guard game. So right now we're going to just talk about half guard in this particular session. And so let's get right into it, guys. So I got Yuri with me here. All right. And I'm coming down here and I'm staying safe, right? On my back. As he comes towards me, all right, I can come right into my close guard here. All right. And I have a lot of options here. Well, one of these options is I'm able to come out of close guard and come into half guard here. All right. So how do we do that? Let's do a little bit of motion for that right now of how we did that. We did that based on a technical stand-up. So this is directly related to the technical stand-up. All right, you guys can you see the technical stand-up in that? So technical stand-up is we get knocked down, right? And then from here, it's hard just to get right back up. So we don't get up when we're sitting up straight because our head's going to be close to that person. They can maybe punch us in the face. So what we do is we come to the side. All right, we come to the side. We're still able to keep our hand up. We're still able to keep that person at bay. And then from there, we use this foot to back ourselves up. And then ultimately, we get right away. So the way that you get into half guard from close guard is the same way. All right, and this is what it looks like here. All right. All right, one more time. All right, let's break that down, how we got into that. So, the first way is we came up to on our elbow. Came up on our elbow and we actually open up our guard. All right? So, up on the elbow, open up the guard, and then from here, this far foot is going to come on the mat, and I'm going to back out. But notice I'm also keeping my frame as I back out. Back out, and then I can re-enter right into a half guard. But when I re-enter, I need to make sure I do two things. I need to make sure I'm going to put my knee shield in to block, and I'm going to put my elbows, connect them to my hips. All right? So, if I was doing this solo, this is what it would look like. I come into a little bit of break fall, I close my guard. All right, from here, I'm going to open my guard and come up to a knee. So I'm coming on my right hip a little bit. I'm a little bit off center now. All right? Put the foot down, and now I'm going to back up. Back up enough that I can reinsert my half guard. And come down here on the side, and now come in with my knee across. All right? And I like to remember this because there was like an Indian name, knee high, foot low. You know, it sounds like an Indian name, right? So you always want your knee high and your foot low when you're doing your knee shield. And you want your elbows in. So I'm going to be able to frame with this knee and also frame with my hands. But I don't want my hands out or I may get armbarred. All right? So I'm going to show this one more time, and then we're going to drill it. All right? So, I'll show it along. You can do it over here with me. So, we're going to start out in closed guard. All right? From here, we're going to open up, and we're going to come onto our side as we come onto our elbow, and we keep our block. From here, we're going to create our foot to the butt. You see this a lot in jiu-jitsu, guys. This is how you create space. Your foot to the butt, and you're going to be able to push back. You really only need one push. Make sure you keep your frame, and you're going to come back in, and we're going to settle on the side, knee up, hands in. All right? Okay, great. So, what I'd like you guys to do, Yuri's going to do it with you. I'd like for you guys to do 5 of those. All right, 5 of those, and I also want to welcome Steven. What's up, Steven? How you doing? He's listening and he's driving. What's up, Steven? He's new with us, first week in jiu-jitsu. All right, so let's get 5 of these on your own, guys. So, nice, good, Daniel. Nice, Tommy. All right, let's see it from the start, Andrew. Close guard. Open. Come onto the side. Come onto the elbow. Back up now, Andrew. Foot on the floor, Andrew. So you're missing the foot on the floor. So, yeah, watch Yuri. He's going to come to his side. Now that foot on the floor, and then he's going to back up. All right, and then you're going to re-enter. So you need to pull out to come back in. Nice, Jess. Let's see it, Brendan. Good, Brendan, good. So, Brendan, I remember you played this guard usually, right? You like to play half guard. All right, well, we're gonna have a little bit of piece nuggets for you. Because I've been playing it a lot.
Awesome. Sounds good.
What's up, Daniel?
When you put like your leg between your opponent's legs, should you like lock your feet together?
You don't have to, but yeah, in the beginning, let's lock our feet. That's a great question. Let's lock in Just like this, one under the other. All right,
Okay.
under the other. Let's lock in here. What's that?
That top one goes in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. People mess it up all the time.
All right. So the top foot's going to go over the top. Over the left foot's going to go over the top.
So what I'm gonna show you guys is the most effective when I'm
Hi, Matt.
it works 90% of the time.
Now,
And love the left guard, which is not only
keep doing it here so they can see.
combat, well, meaning like you're putting away from punch. Okay? So and it has a sound to break it down. So you could either grab this over or you grab this up. You guys just do this.
Okay, guys, let's see it one more time, and then let's come back. I'm gonna go through some explanations with you guys.
See how I'm feeling this side? That's what I really want you guys to do. Okay? Now from here, my leg, gonna come down right by the knee.
Okay, guys. So, why the half guard? Anyone know the benefits of half guard as opposed to full guard or open guard?
And I'm gonna take this slack out. Try to break this right.
Yeah, go ahead, Daniel,
Try to really break
my star student.
Aren't there like a lot of like submissions and takedowns you could do?
There are a lot of submissions, but there are also a lot of submissions that you can do from both of the other positions as well. So yes, you're right. But what's different about side guard than say full guard or closed guard or open guard?
this, and I'm gonna punch, take the slack out, and then grab. Okay? Other hand is gonna grab right by the collarbone.
So one of the big benefits is that you're choosing a side. So I'm down here. If I'm in open guard, he's got both options. He can go to either side. I'm not sure where he's going. In closed guard, I know that he's got to escape out, and I'm trying to hold him in here. If I'm inside, all right, it's an open guard, but his choices are a lot less because most of his passing is going to come from this side. So what I'm doing is I'm narrowing the choices that my partner has, and if this is my game, now he's playing within my game. All right? So he's playing in my strong suit, and he can pass to this side, but most of his options are in the front. So I kind of know where he's coming. When you're here, either option is readily available to them. So it essentially dictates the game for me a lot more than an open guard. It narrows his choices down. All right? The other thing is if I'm good at that, then I'm able to keep him there with not a lot of energy. If you're good at close guard, all right, you still are exerting a decent amount of energy to keep that person in your close guard. But with the half guard, you're using a lot less energy because you're not holding them anywhere. They're actually open to kind of do what they want to do. Here, you're just locked down kind of loosely here. So they're moving around, but you're not using a lot of energy. I may be open here, I may be closed. As long as I'm keeping this knee shield, I want to be safe. So the two things that you need to do to be safe is you need to make sure your knee stays on an angle here and not too low. If it's too low, you can smash here and start to go to this back side. If it's too high, he can come in between and he can smash me from there. So as long as I can keep this knee shield up, then I'm going to be in good scenario. And my second defense would be my arms. So half guard is really all about the knee and the arms. All right? So as this person starts to come after me, I'm going to open up my knee here, or I'm going to push off on his arm, or push off on his chest. All right? I can even come off and push off with my foot and just being like an open half guard. So what we can do is let's come here. Let's do a little bit of drill where we come to the side. We're opening our knee up. We're pushing off. But I want you guys to always keep your elbows attached to your ribs. Once you start to release them here, you're open for arm bars, triangles, inside here, none of that's available. So let's start to work, and I want you to move your knee back and forth. I want you to push, switch to the other side. You can do it on this side. You can go from closing to opening, from closing to opening, switch to the other side. All right, and just start to work that a little bit. All right, see how that feels.
Now I make my switch.
Yes. That's how we make it switch. Hold it with a purpose. Hold that with a purpose. Yep. Yep. Coming over, coming over. Now, knee on knee.
Here, not this knee,
This knee on top of this.
All right.
Yes.
So guys, it's a little more kind of talking in this half guard because there's a lot of philosophy here. All right. So the closed guard may be more of me initiating attacks, holding them in, holding that person in and initiating attacks and going after it, more offensive. The half guard is very defensive. It's very passive. Okay, and if the half guard is played correctly, I'm luring my opponent in. And the more they try, the harder the try, the less I'm trying. And the more they get lured in, the more they come after it, the more they open themselves up. So what I'm doing is I'm staying very defensive and I'm drawing that person in. That person, I don't know if you know this, in competition jiu-jitsu, if I'm on bottom, that person has to engage me. They have to engage me. I could stay on bottom here all day and do nothing, and Yuri could do nothing, and they'll call him for stalling until he comes after me. So on the bottom, you can kind of just stay safe. And as that person starts to open up is when you can start to attack. So this is kind of a few things what that looks like, okay? So I'm in here. Yuri's going to start coming after me. Go ahead. Keep going. Go a little harder. Go ahead. Keep going after. Stop. Yeah, keep going. Do whatever you normally do. So if you notice, Yuri's getting up a lot, right? So I'm blocking. I'm blocking here. I'm blocking with the knee. And as he stands up, he's getting rid. He doesn't have, I've got no side control. I need to come back into open guard if he stands up. All right? So the way I come back into open guard is I'm going to put a foot on the hip. And I'm going to square up. All right? Put a foot on the hip and square up. So if you have a partner, you can try that. If you have a chair or a wall, you can try that. We're going to side. All right? Blocking, blocking, knee up, knee down. And then here he stands up. He's come back into regular guard. Come back into side guard. back in the guard, come back in the side guard. I want you to stay on one side. I don't want you to work both sides. Boom, come back. Come on, here. You go ahead and stand up. Come back down. All right, what are you going to do from there? Come like try to pass. Like hard, like Chris Froelich. Go. Good. Okay, guys, let's bring it back. So it's a fluid guard. As he changes, I'm going to change. Now I'm going to show, there's two things that are going to be available to you that are very available to you, I should say, and that you can play either side of. So as he comes in, all right, most guys are going to come in, they're going to start reaching with this arm here. All right, and look, as he comes more towards me, I'm pulling him into like my spider web, I'll say. Or they come with this hand here. So I want to start to use wrist control. With this one here, I'm going to use my thumb and my finger and to block him as he comes in. And I can get rid of my knee shield as he comes in and let him in. So I'm letting him get deeper. As he comes deeper, I can come in from my kimura. So this is a concept where I'm letting him through. And the deeper he gets, the more in trouble that he gets. As long as I can control this wrist. All right, so I'm blocking. I start to control the wrist. Let's move back a little bit. Start to control the wrist. Now I let him through. And then I can come up from my kimura. From here. And now I have nice control of that. So, let's use our basic knee. Our thumb and our finger is going to hold that. All right? Hold on either side. So my knee and my thumb and my finger, as he comes in, I'm going to let him in, but it's going to leave his wrist. So his body comes in, but he leaves his wrist. Then I'm going to wrap. Once I wrap, I can take this thumb and put it out. And now I have a nice kimura on here. One more time. I'm going to take this hand and start to block. My thumb is going to go on the left side of his wrist. My forefinger is going to go on the right side. From here, I'm going to let him pass and come over. And I'm going to have this hooking hand is going to go over. Now this thumb needs to change to the outside. Otherwise, I won't be able to run it. Here, I won't be able to turn as well. So this thumb is going to go on the inside. That enables me to bend this and then turn it. All right, one more time. As he comes in, he starts to reach. All right, go ahead and reach hard. I may even block with my forearm and then come back to the wrist. From here, I'm going to straighten this leg out, which will have him come harder onto me. And I can come in for my kimura. This is going to go over and on top. This thumb is still there. I need to remove that thumb. From here, I can bend the arm and I could start to turn it. Most people will tap, a lot of people will tap with that if they have some experience. You're going to have to square up, cross your legs. And the way that you're pushing this is from the ribs to the far ear. One more time and I'll have you guys drill this. I'm going to show it solo. So I'm here, I'm blocking. He comes with the wrist. I'm going to block with the wrist. Thumb and forefinger. All right, from here, I'm gonna straighten the leg out. As I come forward, wrap around. This is gonna go on top of my own wrist, like on the top of a wristwatch. And then I'm gonna take this thumb and have it come on top. Once I'm hooked in, I wanna square up. I'm gonna put this foot on the mat, come through, and square up. And then I can take that arm, bend it, and take it towards Yuri's left ear. I know there's a lot of information here if you first time you're doing it, but let's see you guys do this a couple times, and then I'm going to open it up for some questions. So again, this is coming from a closed guard, coming out, re-entering to a half guard. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can know that he now has less choices. And then from there, I'm drawing that opponent in, so I'm able to then put on a offensive submission from a defensive position. All right, come back through now. There you go. Change your, yeah, Daniel, change your thumb back before you, and then come back through. Here, come over here. So my thumb's here. Change your thumb so it's all 4 fingers. Then come through with your knee. So this is going to come on the mat. This one's going to come on the mat as well. And now you're in a nice position. Stephen's having fun over there, huh?
Yeah, he's so happy.
All right, let's see it, John Leslie. Come back in. All right, now get your elbows onto your ribs. Everybody's got to put their elbows on the ribs. And so all right, so Stephen, you'll have this for when you come to class. You can use this as a reference.
Hey Kevin, are you bridging at all when you bring the arm over, or just bringing it across?
So that's a good question. So what I'm doing as I straighten out, I'm coming up. I'm not bridging.
No, I mean once you have the Kimura and you go back to
Okay.
from there, are you bridging?
Okay, guys. So here's the deal. There's this little pocket here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use that pocket because a lot of times the guys will jump over this, and now it's going to be harder for me to come through.
Yeah.
So the first thing you want to do is just bring your knee through that pocket. So I'm not bridging. I'm using this foot and this foot on the ground to come straight. So this is what it looks like over here. So as I'm here, this foot's going to come down, and the foot's going to be in the middle, and all I have to do is get this knee to face the ceiling. Now it's still stuck underneath there. For me to take it out, I'm going to have to swivel around this way. So what this looks like on your own, you're straightening out the knee, you're coming up, you're hooking it in. This foot's going to come to the ground. This foot's going to touch the ground. And I'm going to come through. And these are all motions that you guys already do. through. Now for me to wrap this around, I'm going to come back to this side and come around. Now for those of you who were there in the beginning when we were doing the escapes, remember the elbow and knee escape from the mount? Where you're pushing here, you're coming over here, coming to this side, getting this knee out, bringing this knee out and coming through. That's the same motion. It's the same motion that we used about 8 weeks ago. And I want to open it up for some questions from you guys.
Tripod up. That's the, you know what I mean? That's taking your wind away and everything. But even if you don't have this all that much, you have it here.
Kevin, it's Chris. So you're switching, when the thumb switches, you're switching to a gable grip, right? Just do gable grips on both wrists?
You're going to go to the gable grip first. First thing you have to do is lock down that arm.
If I'm here,
Once you have that locked arm down,
so from here,
he's not going to go anywhere. But in order to finish it, if your thumb is there, it's hard for you to turn when your thumb's on that side. So I'm going to lock down. I need my thumb there because I'm going to catch him with that. I'm going to catch him with this. He's going to come at me. I may catch here. All right. At some point, though, I'm going to catch there with the thumb. That push is going to enable me to, in one shot, come up. All right. So you're releasing as you come up. So you're meeting him halfway. So he's released, and I'm coming up. That's what hooks the arm. So look, as I hook, I'm going to gable grip on top of my watch. But it's hard for me to make this turn with my thumb there. So from here, now I'm going to open up and let my thumb off. Now I have a better grip. Now I have to make sure he doesn't hop over this knee. So if I don't put this knee up, I keep it hanging, he's going to jump over that. It's going to be harder to put it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just raise that knee up first. He tries to jump over it now. There's no way he's going to jump over that. Now I have to get this out. So I can start to turn this on, and that'll open that up a little bit. And for me to finish, I'm going to go towards Yuri's far ear. So this ear over here, I'm going to bend and turn it. I don't want to go straight. There's much more. Oh yeah, he just got out of there. If I bend it, it's going to be much harder for him to get out. And then I could take the wrist. I want to put his thumb in this far ear. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Chris? So guys, the reason why the way I want you to use this class is this is like an introduction to this. When you start to work it a little bit, if you're doing a solo drill, you can come back to this for your details. At some point when you get back to training, you can pick one of these and go, what details did I miss? And then you'll have this database. Because you went to the class, you're going to understand what it is.
yeah,
But you're going to forget a lot of the little stuff. You're going to forget to turn your thumb. You're going to forget how to get that far arm out, that far leg out. So I want you to use this as a resource to come back to and back to. Because once this is recorded, it's going to stay on there. I'll also at some point record just the move part of this as well. All right. Your time, guys. A couple more questions, and then we're going to move on to a couple drills for this.
Hey, Kev, Brandon here. Quick question.
Man.
This is really relying on a lot of top pressure from your opponent, correct? I mean, are you pulling them in, or are you really allowing them to push, and that's when you slip the leg?
Yeah, so this is all predicated on him coming after me. This is all predicated on him coming after me. So what if he doesn't come after me? What do I do? You wait. You wait. I mean, if he doesn't come after you after a while, I mean, you're on bottom, you're relaxing, right? You start to play with both of these arms. Ultimately, what this looks like, he's got to come after, and if he doesn't, I could start coming over here and attacking stuff, or I could come up. I could come up. I could start coming in. All right, but you're gonna play with this arm. A lot of times they'll start attack. If I'm blocking this arm, they'll start attacking this arm. Then I can come up here. Come right over to the back. But he's got two arms. His legs are occupied. So he's gonna be coming after me with something. All right. So yeah, if he just stays back, this move is not available for you. If he stays all the way back, then I'm just going to come into play open guard. But most people, when you're giving them this, look, come, it's open. It's open, my knee's there, and even if I let this open, if guys don't attack, I just let this open, I just stay here. Now, how could they not attack? Look. All right, now come and get. So it's a bait. It's a wait and bait. So yeah, and guess what? As you get older, you want to play a calmer game. You want to be around to fight longer. You're going to have to develop this kind of game where you're not on the attack and going after it all the time, where you're waiting, you're calm, especially if you have multiple fights. I mean, Aaron, how much energy, Aaron, did it take your first fight out there in the park? Right? How'd you feel after that? Were you tired?
I was dead. It was ridiculous.
Exhausted. One fight, which basically anything really happened, right? Not much happened.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, he was in your close guard the whole time, right? He couldn't get out of your close guard. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, it was. It was like it was.
Yeah, he couldn't get out, which was
a
good.
It was like
But
5 minutes of torture.
yeah, so imagine if you have a few fights like that. You're gonna have to play the game a little bit more and have to enjoy the chess match of it. Does that make sense, Brendan?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm developing my patience is maybe the most important skill I've been working on.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of it. Okay, guys, let's do a couple exercises just to get a little movement going. All right, let's do some jump. Let's do 10 of these. Good. Let's do a break fall. Come up. Come back. Come back into guard. Switch to the other side. Come back. Come back to the guard. Switch to the other side. Come back. Come back into guard. Come up. Switch to the other side. Come back. Good. Let's come up to our Kimura. Good. Slide back through. Close guard. Open it up. Come back. Reinsert. Fight our half guard. Push over, knee high, foot low. Elbows on the ribs. All right. You want to look at them and see what they're doing? Yeah. Give them a comment. Let's block. Let's block. Come up for a Kimura. Settle back in. Close it, turn it. Come back. Let's play. Elbows on the ribs. Knee high, foot low. Guy tries to push down. Bring it back up.
Akino's nice job.
Push. Push.
Haase.
Come up for the Kimura. Lock it up.
Nice, lock it up, Thomas.
Settle back in. Kick that foot out. Close it up. Good. Good. Okay, break, guys. All right, let's close it out with some breathing. Here we go. We're going to do 2 rounds, 30 breaths in through the nose if you can. After we do 30 breaths, we're going to do breath hold for 1 minute. All right, we're going to exhale, breath hold for 1 minute at the exhale. Inhale for 15 seconds. We'll do 2 rounds of that. All right, get into a nice position. All right, here we go. Ready? Breathe in and out and in.
Here.
10 more. Five more. Keep it going. One more. In, breathe out, and hold.
Bring that knee closer to
1 minute.
your elbow. Yep, that knee, yep, closer to your elbow. And then turn the knee in. Then this leg inside, like you're sitting on your foot. There you go. And then elbow up, get your gift wrap.
Here, right here.
Yep, gift wrap. Elbow up.
No, this elbow up here, this is for
Yeah,
clearing.
yes. And now look the other way.
Now I come here.
Yes.
Ah,
Good.
then I come here.
Yep.
Oh.
And then go from there. And switch. Nice.
He likes going to beast mode when the teachers watch.
It's good.
Yes.
Very good. That was really good.
And breathe in.
That's really good.
Hold 15 seconds.
Bro.
Can you hear me?
This is extremely tough.
But
And out. Last round. Here we go, guys. Push it out. 30. Here we go. In with the stress, out with relaxation.
Wow.
10 more.
Yeah. Now you do more space. Good.
Last one. And out. Breath hold. 1 minute.
Ask me, you're not controlling the hips. The person is going to regard. So make sure that you control the hip by using your elbow and blocking it. So this is what I mean. When you're here, we really want you to focus on here. Because if you come over here, he's gonna fly himself on you and lose the submission.
So don't just block
Yeah.
this hip.
Yeah,
You're
so-
going down here.
Yeah, I'm here, then I'm here, grab. Then once I move in, then yes, I get my gift wrap. Okay, so block the hip, so otherwise you're not gonna be able to take the back of the arm, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's roll. I'll go with you, Jeff.
Coach, I got on the back.
Breathe in. Hold for 15 seconds. And out. Nice and slow, in and out. All right. 1 hour. You get to use your body. You get to learn a little more technique. And again, I challenge drilling this in your head. I challenge that that's not just as good as drilling it with your body with a partner. You may get more details because you're going to have to give to it. You can kind of mindlessly drill, or you can really give to it. So how well you're drilling with your mind is going to be the factor if you drill this well or not whether you're in there with a person or not. So I congratulate you guys for coming again. When you do review this at some point, it's going to come back to you because you already did it. We did rolling in Costa Rica, small group, some of my kids, Sean's kids, a lot of fun. Again, I'm looking to get ways that we can stay in shape with this, still work our technique and stay safe. So if you're interested in doing a 6-foot workout class on a hill, Edgewood Terrace, it's right by my house, right by your house, right by everyone's house, I think, right here, almost, except Chris. I may do it on a Wednesday morning, may do it on a Tuesday morning, I'm not sure. So if you have an interest in doing that, it'll be a 45-minute quick class. It's just group accountability workout outside with some movements from jiu-jitsu, but mostly just a real quick, hard workout outside using a hill as the tool. So if you're interested in that, message me. I'm probably going to start out with maybe just like 3 people. See how that goes. I'm doing it on my own right now, and it's really nice. And it's a really hard workout when you put a hill into it and you start to bear crawl up a hill and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's close it out with gratefulness.